With your first news at 6 Sports, here's Jeff Roberts.
This week has been riddled with postponements and cancellations of seemingly all outdoor events in western North Dakota. With the threat of more storms today, every baseball game in the Bismarck area was canceled except for one. The Saints and Demons were able to get some ball in this afternoon at the Stereo Sports Complex. Today was the first time these two clubs saw each other this spring. Bismarck led at 4-2 in the bottom of the fifth, 2 outs, and a runner on second for the Saints. Jace Grossclose will send Harrison Reichert down swinging to end the inning. With 2 gone in the top of the 6th now, Tanner Grossclose, he crushes this ball down the first base line. It drops just in front of the warning track. It's a stand-up triple. Brady Helm to the plate next with a chance to drive him in. Instead, it's going to be an infield fly. Tommy Kralik makes the grab to leave Grossclose stranded at third. In the 7th, a couple outs away from a win, Tanner Grossclose, he gets the call. It's the last chance with 2 runners on for St. Mary's. The fly ball goes to his brother, Jace Grossclose, and that would seal a 4-2 Demon win. Game 2 was canceled due to the rain and will be made up at a later date. We've heard that before. This weekend is year 3 of the midseason madness put on by the North Dakota Softball All-Star Group. Going into yesterday, nearly 50 softball games were set to be played over the 2 days. The weather cut yesterday in half, and today had 31 games on the schedule. Volunteers and field staff spent much of last night and this morning getting the field conditions taken care of so they could play as much softball today as possible. Let's go through all the area scores. DLB, they score 16 to beat Horace. The Aggies score a dime more than the Spoilers. Bottineau loses their first of the day to Kindred, and the Miners win by 4 over LEM. Cardinals beat the Blue Jays by 10. Bottineau falls for the second time. BHS scores 17 in their first game of the day. The #1 team in Class B softball shuts out Northern Cass. The Majettes strike down the Knights, and Renville County keeps rolling with a 1-run win over Thompson. We'll have more scores tonight at 10. Last night was a tough one for Twins fans. Sonny Gray threw 5 in the 3rd innings with 9 strikeouts, but it was the bullpen that gave up 5 runs on the back third of the game that sunk Minnesota's efforts for a 3rd straight win. Some rain in the Twin Cities delayed the start of today's contest by 90 minutes, but they were able to get going around 2:30. Minnesota's lead in the AL Central could be stretched to 5 games with a win today. The offense got going early in the home half of the first. Alex Kirilloff sprays one to the left side. It's lofted and just carries into the seats. Minnesota has the early 1-0 lead. To the 3rd for Joey Gallo, 2 runners on. He absolutely mashes this baseball. It hits off the siding above the upper deck. It was hit so far that StatCast couldn't register how far it was hit. Alex Kirilloff would follow. He does more of the same. His 2nd homer in as many at-bats, his 2 home runs of the year, would put the good guys up 5-0 after 3. To the 5th, Jorge Polanco tries his hand at a round tripper. A 2-run homer for Polanco's 3rd of the year makes it Minnesota 7, Chicago 0. In the 7th, why not another one? Carlos Correa hits Minnesota's 5th home run of the day to make it an 8-1 ball game. This one ended up being well worth the 90-minute delay for fans in attendance. They saw 5 homers from the Twins in an 11-1 rout of Chicago. Minnesota scored in 5 of their 8 offensive tries today. First News at 6 wraps up after the break.